Hello YouTube. I'm going to do, since it's close to Halloween, I'm going to do um, just a review of when I watched the movie think, I think 2 weeks ago I seen it, Conjuring 2. And hopefully this won't be too long of a video. If it gets too long, I might have to make a second one. For any of you know that have seen the movie, my input on the movie is it may need to be two-part. I don't know. Anyways, this family, I think it first starts out where this woman who is a medium, she has dreams, her husband has dreams about this evil nun. And then, or evil nun, demon that is a nun. And then basically the story is about a girl who's possessed by a demon. And I don't want to spoil the movie or anything, but pretty much the girl, she gets possessed by a demon. And then the man that died in the house, he died, and so he started haunting the family and started making them scared and things like that. And then we find out that I'm trying to think. The man is actually controlled by another demon. And anyways, in the end, if you don't want spoiler alerts, just skip on to another video. But basically, the lady who's a medium, she helps his family, and she helps his family, she sees a demon right before her husband and the one girl who's possessed. She sees the demon, and he says, or she says, a few things. I know your name, demon, and I give you the power, or I have power over you, and I condemn you back to hell. And some of you may not be a big fan on horror movies, and if you're not, this may not be a video for you, but I'm just going to tell you my insight on one of the reasons why I love horror movies. One, I would say, if you are a Christian, it gives you insight on what is really happening around the world. And a few nights ago I watched The Crucifixion. It's a horror movie about this woman who is being a journalist, and she pretty much, her mother died, and she got bitter at God just because of that. But anyways, that's a different topic. But anyways, I think the movie is very educational, and some Christians that I know of tend to shy away from things like that, especially if it's witchcraft, whether it has to do with a demon and possession of people. But honestly, if we really look at it from a logical standpoint, we all got demons, we all got struggles, but I think the truth to learn from this is that it's a real thing. Human possession of a demon is a real thing. And what I find interesting in most of these horror movies that I watch is the fact that, when we can recognize what is the demon in our own life, and in the movie, people, one of the things they tend to do in a lot of the movies is they tend to call out the demon. And I just want to give advice on people doing that. It may be fear in your life, the demon of fear, or the demon of depression, or being influenced by people in very dramatic situations. And one thing I found out is when we give our fear to that demon, when we give our fear of what's happening to the world around us to demon, and when I speak demon, it's pretty much Satan himself. And I feel like, we have to not give in to the demon, but recognize, I know you, Satan. I know you're trying to have your will and your way, and I'm not going to allow it. And it's very hard. It really is. And one thing I found out too, one thing that maybe some of you who do know about what I'm talking about, maybe you can have input, but it just seems like, Baptist churches or churches in general, not unless it's Catholic churches, it just seems like they really don't do anything about that, because clearly in the Bible, if you read the Bible, it does mention where it talks about, I believe a man went to Jesus and said, Jesus, I have a demon possessed, I have a demon inside of my son. He's possessed of a demon. And it just, I hope I'm getting it across. I don't want to keep repeating myself. But anyways, basically, it even mentions Jesus taking the demon out and putting it in the swine and them rolling off the cliff. That's how I picture it. I don't know exactly it says that, but anyways, that's my input on it. But I think it's very important. And the thing is, I've learned I am very cautious on when I read up things about that, read up things on demon possession, watch movies and stuff. I do my best to be careful, and I know not to mess with Ouija boards. And it's a dangerous thing because, and I've came across some people who've mentioned, they're clearly not understanding the fact that witchcraft is not yoga. Yoga and witchcraft is not anything. I don't know why people think that witchcraft is yoga. I don't know. There's a thing I seen a while back, a few weeks ago on Facebook, and this woman put, all this list of different things that are witchcraft. But I looked up the word witchcraft, and it has nothing to do with yoga. It has nothing to do with that. Even if you had a Ouija board yourself, it's not going to do anything, and no spirits are going to come out, not unless you intentionally ask if there's spirits here, let them reveal themselves, and that's something that happened in the movie. Conjuring 2, the girl had a Ouija board. She said that, if there's a spirit, let your presence be known and stuff, and through the board. Anyways, that's dangerous. You're asking spirits to reveal themselves, and it's very dangerous, and a lot of people tend to be under possessions, and families tend to have haunting in their house. And so nowadays we have to be careful what we do. I know that. But like my input in, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I think it's important for all of us, non-believers and believers, to study up on those things, because what's going to happen when someone comes to us for help and we don't know how to answer their questions about things like this? What are we going to tell them? Oh, don't get into that kind of stuff. And, I grew up in church. Nobody talks about this kind of stuff because they think, if you get into it, then it's going to be damned for hell, But we need to realize that we live in a day and age that's darkness around us, and things, creeper and crawlers comes out. We can hear things, we can see things. Not all of us, but I know for me at times I hear things. And I don't think it's necessarily my mind, but that's for another video. So if you like this video, like it and subscribe it, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and have a good day.